The starship Meridian hung in the orbital dock above the verdant world of Kalen Prime, a sleek sliver of human engineering amidst the organic, swirling forms of galactic Concord vessels. In its main observation lounge, a human diplomat stood patiently. His name was Leo, and he watched the gas giant rising beyond the station's spires, his hands clasped behind his back. He was not here for the view. The door slid open with a whisper. An alien entered, his movements slow with the weight of immense age and higher gravity. This was the Elder, a figure of great influence among the stolid, a people known for their rigid traditions and immense physical durability. His skin resembled polished stone, and his eyes were deep-set crystals that gleamed with sharp intelligence. Behind him, almost hidden in his shadow, was his daughter. Her name was Alara, where her father was granite. She was quartz-lighter, finer, with a subtle luminosity to her skin. Her eyes, the same crystalline structure, did not gleam with calculation, but with a quiet, observant light. She kept them lowered. "Diplomat Leo," the Elder intoned, his voice like grinding tectonic plates. "You are punctual." "A sign of respect," Leo replied with a slight bow. One he had studied was appropriate. The Elder gestured, and they sat at a central table. "Our cultures are now adjacent. Proximity breeds conflict or cooperation. My people value stability above all. Your human history is a tapestry of chaotic threads. This concerns us." Leo nodded. "And our history is also one of overcoming chaos. We offer partnership, not disruption." The Elder made a low sound. "Words are ephemeral. My people require proof of substance, of commitment. We have a custom for such pivotal moments. A test of character, of worth." He placed a heavy hand on the table. "I will risk a thing of immense personal value. My daughter, Alara. She will spend 1 Kalen cycle in your care, on your vessel, under your command. Her observations, her unblemished return, and her final assessment will form the basis of our report to the Concord. This is the stakes." Leo's calm facade did not crack, but internally he recoiled. The girl was being offered as a bargaining chip, a living sensor package. He glanced at Alara. She showed no reaction, a statue of exquisite polish. "And if she judges us poorly?" Leo asked. "Then the Concord will grant our petition for a restrictive cordon around your colonial claims. Your expansion here ends." The Elder leaned forward. "Do you accept this risk?" Leo looked from the formidable father to the silent daughter. He saw not a tool, but a person in a gilded cage. "I accept the responsibility for her safety and comfort," he said carefully. "But she is not a prize to be won. She is a guest." The Elder waved a dismissive hand, a gesture that encompassed all human sentimentality. Semantics. "The terms are set. She boards now." With that, the Elder stood and left without a backward glance. The door sealed, leaving Leo alone with Alara. She finally lifted her gaze. It was not fearful, but deeply curious, studying him as one would a complex equation. "Welcome aboard the Meridian, Alara," Leo said, his voice softening. "This must be strange for you." "It is procedure," she stated, her voice melodic yet flat. "I am to observe and report." "Then observe," Leo smiled. "And participate, if you wish. Your quarters are this way." The first days were a silent study. Alara followed Leo everywhere: bridge meetings, engineering checks, casual meals in the mess. She recorded everything with a discreet crystal implant. The human crew, initially wary, soon treated her with a casual, boisterous kindness that seemed to baffle her. She watched a technician spend 3 hours carefully repairing a faulty environmental sensor, not because it was critical, but because a slight hum was bothering the botanist in the hydroponics bay. She observed a junior officer admit a serious mistake in navigation logs to the captain, and instead of punishment, they worked together to correct it. The lesson emphasized over the reprimand. She saw off-duty crew members laughing, sharing personal stories, debating art and philosophy with passionate, respectful intensity. One evening, she found Leo in the ship's small garden, tending to Terran roses. "Your actions are inefficient," she stated, watching him prune a stem. "This unit produces no nutritional value. The time expenditure is not logical." "It produces beauty," Leo said, handing her a single bloom. "And a reminder of home. Inefficiency can have its own value, Ilara. It is what we do beyond mere survival that defines us." She took the flower, its soft petals a stark contrast to her hard skin. She did not understand, but she kept it, placing it in a water vial in her quarters. The turning point came during a routine survey mission to a mineral-rich moon. A sudden gravitic shear, undetected by both stolid and human sensors, rattled the meridian. The lights flickered. A heavy storage crate in the cargo bay, which Ilara was cataloging, broke its restraints. Leo was on the bridge. The alarm blared. Cargo Bay 3. Structural breach warning. He was moving before the report finished. He found Ilara, not frozen, but calculating the trajectory of the sliding crate. There was no fear on her face, only analysis. But the analysis showed no escape. Leo did not calculate. He moved on instinct. He shoved her, hard, into a recessed service alcove. The crate clipped his leg as it thundered past, crushing the space where she had stood. A sickening crack echoed, and Leo collapsed, his face pale with pain. Medical personnel swarmed. Ilara emerged from the alcove untouched. She knelt beside him, her crystalline eyes wide, recording implants forgotten. "You are damaged," she said, a tremor in her melodic voice. "Protocol worked," Leo gritted out, managing a pained smile. "Guest safety first." He was taken to the med bay. A fractured femur, severe bruising. He would need weeks in a regenerator. Ilara visited him every day. Her silent observation had become something else, a need to comprehend. "Why?" She asked him on the third day. "Your probability of severe injury was 87%. My value to you was as an observer from a faction that seeks to restrict you. The logical action was self-preservation." Leo, bedridden but alert, looked at her. Logic said one thing. Humanity said another. You were in danger. That was the only data point that mattered in that moment. Your people? You do not merely avoid harm. You actively choose to intercept it for others, even strangers, even potential adversaries. It was not a question, but a dawning realization. "We call it compassion," Leo said. "It's not always logical, but it's what we are." Ilara's final report was transmitted to the Concorde and to her father. The day arrived for her departure. The elder stood once more in the Meridian's lounge, his stance imperious. "The cycle is complete," the elder said. "Your evaluation, daughter. Speak your findings." Ilara looked at her father, then at Leo, who stood quietly, leaning on a cane. Her voice, once flat, now carried a resonant clarity. "The humans are chaotic. They are inefficient. They prize irrational concepts, like beauty and compassion. They value the individual voice, even when it contradicts the whole." She paused. "And they are strong. Not a strength of rigid stone, but of tempered steel, flexible, resilient. They protect. They sacrifice. They build connections, not just structures. Their history is not a warning of chaos, but a testament to overcoming it through collective care. A restrictive cordon would be an error. It would rob the Concorde of its most empathetic members." The elder's crystalline eyes flickered. "This is your objective assessment?" "It is my observed truth," she stated firmly. I recommend full diplomatic integration and a shared stewardship of the border zones. The elder was silent for a long time, studying his daughter. He saw not the obedient recorder he had sent away, but a being who had formed a judgment, a being who stood straighter, her light undimmed. He saw the human Leo, who had broken his body for her, asking for nothing. The risk was calculated, the elder finally rumbled, a note of something unfamiliar, perhaps respect in his voice. The results are enlightening. The Concord will hear our recommendation for integration. He turned to go, expecting Alara to follow. She did not move. Father, she said, my assignment is complete. My report is given. I wish to remain. The elder stopped, a statue of surprise. Remain? For what purpose? To learn, she said, her gaze shifting to Leo. And to teach. The human who won my respect did not win a prize. He offered a partnership. I choose to accept it. Leo met her look and gave a slow, acknowledging nod. The elder looked from his daughter to the human. He saw the unyielding will in both of them, one born of stone, the other a starfire. He had risked a thing of value, believing its return would be a transaction. He had not understood that its value could change, could grow, could choose its own path. So be it, the elder said, and it was neither an approval nor a condemnation, but a simple recording of fact. He left alone Dot in the quiet lounge. With the gas giant rising once more, Leo offered Alara a data slate. Well, partner, where should we begin? Alara took the slate, a gesture that felt both new and deeply right. I believe I would like to see a rose grow from seed, she said, Dot, and in the soil of understanding, something new began to grow between the stars.